Welcome to Art Talk number 5. I'm here with my friend Julie Schumer, and we're going to recap what has happened in our art lives this month. So, Julie, do you want to start it off?
Sure, I'll start. I got into another gallery this month. I'd gotten into one in Santa Fe sort of at the end of March, and that was kind of exciting because it's a new gallery with new ideas, and it's in a great location. So we're kind of hopeful for good things to happen from that. Then I was kind of had like a program of galleries I wanted to approach, and I thought I would do them like one by one or like two by two, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I sort of followed our Business of Art membership protocol for applying to galleries. I had researched this particular gallery. It's in Scottsdale. It looked to be perfect for me. I spent a lot of time and a lot of care putting a catalog together,
Mhm.
and had, if somebody helped me design it and get it printed and all that. And then I wrote a really nice cover letter, which I was able to kind of state my previous experience in Scottsdale with galleries that had closed and that kind of thing. So
Right.
my work wasn't foreign to the area, and that I had
Mhm.
sold there previously and all that. And I mailed it out, and the owner contacted me like within a day of receiving it. And the net of that is that 7 paintings were picked up this morning
Wow.
to be delivered to this new gallery. And it's really super exciting because they have a reach that extends beyond their location. They have the ability to be in showrooms all in the Southwest. So it'll be better than even just being in their physical location. But, I just kind of followed what we teach, Kat, basically.
Yeah,
And
well, that's
bingo, it
awesome.
worked. But, between the first gallery here in Santa Fe, this other gallery, and then James and I being in a show in Lexington where we had to each send like 7 or 8 little paintings. 41 paintings have left the studio in the last 3 weeks,
Oh my
all
God.
wrapped by yours truly and hauled up and down the stairs here, and boxed up with James's assistance. And it was pretty physically debilitating, but
Yeah.
really, I was happy to have to do it. It was great. We're
Well,
really
41 paintings. So I hear often from artists like, "Oh, I've got these stacks of paintings in my studio. What am I going to do?" And
Mhm.
here you've procured relationships with multiple galleries and then 41 paintings, poof, gone.
Gone. And it's a good thing that we had them when you
Yeah.
think about it, because I wouldn't have been able to accept all these opportunities if I didn't have enough inventory. So, all that painting and watching them sit around for a while paid off. And when I go upstairs and look in our storage area, it doesn't seem like it's that much dented in, but there are definitely a lot fewer paintings around. So I feel lighter, in here. It feels
Yeah.
better to me. So
Yeah,
yeah,
literally and figuratively.
literally and figuratively. But so, Kat, I know you were working on a big commission. What's the upshot with that?
So the commission is finished. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what happened with this commission. So, and it's been kind of a secret, and I cannot show the commission until um, where it's going to be is opened. But I'll tell you at the end of this conversation where it's going to be. So, which is super exciting and meaningful for me. But so, for those who don't know, commissioned artwork is where an artist is paid to do a specific work of art for a person or an institution or corporation or medical center. So the artist is commissioned. They are paid to do something very specific. And often the commissioner will choose something the artist has done from the past and say, I want this bigger, or I want it with a little bit red in it, or any number of ways that they may procure the commission with you. So I the commission for me was 4 paintings. One in particular was 30 inches high by 10 feet across. And
Wow.
these were on Baltic birch wood that was 3 inches deep.
How much did that
So
one weigh?
they were all heavy. I mean, heavy and awkward, 10 feet. That's like a giant beam that holds up a house.
Right, right.
It felt like anyway. So they chose a painting fairly recent from the past year that was 18 by like 58.
Okay.
So, and they had a very specific color palette for these 4 paintings. Um, I can't really go into any more detail than that, but suffice it to say, they gave me the Pantone colors. and there weren't that many. So it was not a big range of color. And, I'm somebody who loves color, and I'm thinking,
Right.
how am I going to make this work?
Hard
You
for
know,
you.
yeah. And so I had another long skinny one that was like 30 by 6 or 7 feet in addition to the 10-foot one. So I did those together, and one had to be based on this one from my past year, and the other one had to be like a companion piece to it. So I did it to the letter, but taking a painting that's like 18 by 58 and blowing it up to 10 feet wide and 30 inches high. The 30 inches high wasn't a problem, but the 10 feet wide, it was like I didn't have enough stuff in the
Right.
58 inches to
To stretch.
really to make it interesting. And then this palette was super limited. So I did it, and it actually looked, really close to the original. It was hard. It felt not like I was choking, but it felt
Uh-huh.
really restrictive. And
Right.
I thought, okay, well, that is what they asked for. And I wasn't thrilled with it, but it looked really close to the original. And as a rule, I don't do replicas. I
Mhm.
like doing things similar to, but not the same as.
And were they really married to that original that they
Yes.
wanted? So you
Yes.
really had to stick close.
Yeah, I had to stick close. So I pulled it off. I did the companion piece, but I just didn't feel good about the paintings because I felt like they didn't have a wow factor.
Right.
So I sent the images, and I was very honest with the firm that I'm working with, and I said, look, I've I think I've nailed it on these. I've done what you've asked, but I'm not feeling all that great about them because I feel like there's no zing, there's no, and I just felt like it was better for me to be honest and
Right.
transparent rather than saying, here they are and I love them. And, because I wasn't feeling that way. So they wrote back very quickly, and they said, and so I was only using part of this very limited palette. One end leaned towards blues, the other end leaned towards yellow and golds.
Okay.
So I could only use the blue end, and then black and white weren't even in there. I had to get
Wow.
permission.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm talking about they're giving you 4 to 5 Pantone colors.
Hmm.
That's the blue end, and the yellow end was maybe 3 Pantone colors.
Oh man.
So so anyway, so I got permission for the black and white so I could make tints and shades and at least do something. And so anyway, they wrote back and they said, okay, we want you to just use the entire palette, and we want you to do what you feel needs to be done to give it a wow factor. So I got to tell you, I was elated. I ran to my studio. I was so excited. And then
How much did you have to repaint? I mean, like in other words, did you like basically scrap what you had?
no, no, no. So I just
Okay.
added more color in. I was able to then, I got permission to mix yellow and blue and get some different greens,
Mhm.
which they weren't in the palette.
Right.
But then I was able to just go bonkers because I'm a color person. I love color mixing. So when they said just mix it all up and make it happen, then I was like, okay, score. So I'm telling you, in the next 30 hours, they were transformed and they had a wow factor. I
Fantastic.
felt so
Saved
good.
it.
Yeah, so good about them. Sent the images, and they were like, oh my God, I can't believe you did this so fast. We absolutely love them. So then I had 2 others to do, two 5 feet by 5 feet squares, also the 3 inches deep. So they were really heavy.
Yeah.
Um, and I had to paint them mostly flat on sawhorses because I didn't have a way to hang them.
Hmm.
And, so painting flat that large was really trying. And I was able to kind of at the end flip them up and then adjust and everything. And so, I found myself faced with the same dilemma. So I had a little bit more leeway. They based all of these on, well, these 2 in particular on my Chrysalis series, which is an abstracted nature series that I did some years ago. And that series had a lot of rhythm. and a lot of layering and very active kind of series. And so I hadn't done that series. And they picked an image from 2016,
Wow.
which was
Time
also,
ago.
yeah, really kind of hard to get back to how was I feeling then. So long story short, I did them and I said, is there any way that I can add colors not, that
Right.
like not the ones you gave me? Can I just throw in a couple more things?
Uh-huh.
And, it was a matter of trust. So I sent them images of where they were and told them what I wanted to add. And they said, we so much love what you did with the first two. We're going to say yes, but like no other artist in this part of the building got that permission. So
Wow.
I really felt like I had established this, trust. And so I love how they came out, and they needed those extra few colors.
Huh.
So those got picked up and delivered last week. They're being installed today or tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
And yeah, and this was a commission. I got it in like around Christmas, like December 26th.
Uh-huh.
I was like, signing the agreement, and they had to be, they were picked up last Wednesday. So it was kind of
Yeah.
a short time frame
Short.
for
Yeah.
those 4 large pieces, with everything else I was doing. But,
Huh?
what I want to say about commissions is that if you're, well, first of all, I don't think artists doing replicas is very interesting. And
Mhm.
it's not something that I like to do or really want to do. You have to, because what happens is like, who was I in 2016? I'm a different person now. So then when I'm painting now, my experience is different, my thoughts are different, my choices are different. So it's really hard to go back so far and pull a rabbit out of the hat. So you have to be able to get permission to input where you are today, right?
It's
Like,
not going to work. No, that happened to me with my Tucson Airport Commission. They wanted something that I had done in 2012, and this was 2021. That was
oh God.
9 years later.
Yeah.
And that painting was oil paint, and I was not working in oils anymore. And it was very challenging to be true to myself, but give them what they had asked for. There was a
Right.
fine balance there.
Yeah. I
It was
think
not a course that was smooth, I can tell you that.
yeah, I think so I feel terrific about how it all turned out. But there was, I had like
Uh-huh.
the dark night of the soul one
Right.
night, kind of going, oh my God,
I know. I mean, I had it with the airport commission too. It was very hard to go back,
Yeah.
and use colors that I wasn't really using anymore. It was a difficult process, but at the end of the day, it looked fine and they liked it. And I'm going to go see it this summer on
Yeah.
my way to Phoenix.
Yeah. So I'll tell you who the commission is for. So last year when I had breast cancer, I was treated at the Emory Winship Cancer Center. And
Mhm.
they're building a whole new building, like another location, and it's for that building. So
Wow.
it's kind of,
Fantastic.
yeah, kind of like coming full circle. I mean,
Uh-huh.
last year at this time, I was going, getting ready to have a double mastectomy. And if you would have told me, hey, in a year, you're going to be doing paintings for this cancer center, I would have never believed it.
That's fantastic. What a nice way to have some closure.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
It's
it's super exciting. So I'm hoping I'm going to Atlanta next month because I have a bunch of doctor appointments for that 1 year anniversary. And I'm hoping that the new building's going to be open. I'm not sure if it is. It's supposed to open sometime next month, but I don't know if I'll be able to visit them, but I'm going to try to visit them sometime this year.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, to,
Right.
kind of see how it all fit together. Oh, and the other thing with that commission, I had to paint the image around those 3-inch edges,
Oh,
which was really,
we had all the challenges possible: size, weight, palette,
yeah,
edges.
it was a tough one. But we in our Business of Art membership, we talk all about how commissions are done. We have contracts, sample contracts. We have, what needs to be in a commission agreement. So, it's something I think you and I are well versed in.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.
Well, until next month.
We will meet again.
All right. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Kat.